Prof, aside the issue of security, aside the issue of security, which is germane, of course, to our discourse and also germane to, whatever progress would make in the mining industry, whether or not would unlock the full potential in that industry. Your allusion, clear allusion to the seeming conflict or contention between the national and sub-nationals, would lead me to a question, on rather contentious question, or the conflicts, over control and monitoring of exploitation operations by the federal, state, and local governments. Can I ask how the current situation impacts, for instance, incentives for mining and the attractiveness for investors? And Prof, as far as you are concerned, who should be responsible for what? Whether in terms of delineation of duties, amongst the national and sub-national and local governments, take the issue of infrastructure, for instance, like when we would need roads, we need rail, we need power, Who takes what? Who is responsible for what, in your opinion? Or who should be responsible for what, at what level?
Yes, I said the federal government, working through the Federal Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, has the responsibility, in fact, provided for in the Constitution, to oversee the extractive industry, petroleum and solid minerals inclusive. But to succeed in doing this, they must carry along the sub-nationals. By that I mean the states. Within the states also, you must carry along the local government authorities, which today, by the way, now have some degree of autonomy, financial and otherwise. And then within the local governments must carry along the communities, the traditional institutions, the town development organs. And by so doing, you can now have a seamless process in the mining sector. But so long as somebody sits somewhere and determines that this is what should be done, without trying to have a synergy, without trying to bring together the different, then you keep having the conflicts we're having now. Then you hear people saying states are interfering and not. Mind you, yes, you can give a license, but you cannot give a license to come and destroy a road built by a state. You cannot give a license to come and create health issues that are only going to be addressed by a state. You cannot give a license to cause lots of environmental degradation, death, and so on. And at the end of the day, the town unions are not involved. You carry people come, they must require consent. The law provides for it. But whether or not it is implemented, the law, the act provides clearly for it. How do you give a license? What are required for a license? Until you begin to try to reform the system and ask questions, you will never realize that those conditions are never met and licenses are being issued. Some people, though some of us who are privileged, as we are leaving office, one of our benefits is a briefcase filled up with mining licenses. That's the problem we had in Zamfara. That's the problem we have in Nasarawa. That's the problem we have in different places. You call the man, he opens his briefcase, he gives you a piece of paper, it's a license. Ask him the location of where that place is, he doesn't know. He said they gave it to me. I have experienced that someone has been consulting for people. And I said, some of them have, on a matter of principle, refused to be involved. So how come you have these briefcase carrying miners who at the end of the day are part of the problem? So, and then the states are intervening, yes. In Anambra State, for example, the states are not saying that they have powers to license, to ban or to license miners. All they are saying is that we want to be convinced that the people carrying these licenses and causing this devastation are in actual fact miners. Some of them are psychologically, some of them have psychological problems. When a man goes to a place and starts excavating and then buildings are falling over and what have you, and roads are being destroyed, obviously he needs to see a psychiatrist. He's not a miner. Miners are the most caring people because they work with nature and they love nature. True miners love nature and they work with nature and they try to ensure that the nature is maintained. As they're removing, they're refilling, they're planting trees, and then corporate social responsibility. You go mining, you can't even contribute to the medical health care of the people. You can't even say, oh, let me in this school put a laptop or put one system computer or even help them set up a laboratory or even teach the younger ones that you have these resources. Can we now train you to even appreciate that behind your door, behind your house, you have gold. This is what gold is. These are all part of corporate social responsibility. Is not when you pour million and share million to a few people to go and spend while the community is suffering. Then who signs off on the community development agreement, which is provided by the law? Go and pick up some of them if you've ever monitored the activities. Pick up some of them, you find out that there are no CDS. They're not. It's just a group of one family can bring 20 people and they sign up on behalf of the community. And the mines officer or what have you signs off on it, and it goes up. As far as I'm concerned, CDA has been done. It has not been done. That's why I say all of us have responsibility to be really.